Do you ever fast? Yes, I do. How often? As the need arises, quite often. From what foods? Foods? No, I don't fast from any foods. Then if you don't fast from eating, how can you say you fast? Not consuming things in your mouth is but one form of fasting. What other forms are there? There is the fasting of the senses. How so? Fasting from looking at certain things that you know well will give you, say, some emotional or intellectual discomfort. The same goes for listening, scenting, tasting, and touching. But by far the sense to fast is the mind. Oh, but do you consider the mind to be a sense? Yes, definitely I do. Wow, that is interesting. A first for me, definitely. I have never heard that from anyone before or ever read of it, even of it ever being considered by anyone to be such. Then what form does fasting the mind sense take? Fasting from thoughting, the thinking of or about certain things, especially the overthinking of them. Have you a number of for instances? On occasion, and when the notion is upon me, I fast my mind from having any thoughts whatsoever to do with any of the claims made by any and all religions and philosophies. In particular, I would for hours, even for days and nights, fast from allowing myself to have a single contemplation on, say, the claims of the Abrahamic religions. Another time it would be to have no thought whatsoever of, say, the claims of Taoism and Confucianism. And at another time, the notion would be with me to have no thought whatsoever of, say, Buddhism or Hinduism. And at other times again, it would be to fast from this and that ideology, this and that political opinion. And I would fast from having thoughts on island-wide or global-wide histories. And there would be times when I would fast from scientific considerations. Whatever is that can be thought of, I do, if I feel the need to, fast from it. Fast from thinking of it. What are the primary benefits of fasting the mind? Serenity of mind. I imagine the fasting of the mind must be quite difficult to do. Yes, it is. It takes a great deal of patient practice, and it is something that is ever in need of being achieved anew, for all thoughts are always new, though they can be very similar or appear to be exactly the same as any a previous thought. The new night, but in particular the new day, has to be taken on as if you have never done so the like afore. That is, you have never fasted the mind. This is one of the given challenges of the moments upon moments. Easier it would be to be fasting the stomach from eating delicious foods than to be having the mind fast from any and all kinds of absorbing, intriguing, enthralling, tantalizing, engrossing, compelling, fascinating thoughts and ideas. As a woman, I think I would find it quite difficult to fast my mind, to be fasting my mind, for I am always thinking of something or other. It is just the way I am. In fact, I think I have never had my mind fast for me. I don't think it makes any difference whether one is woman or man, for fasting the mind itself is a challenge for anyone at any age. It is as difficult for the youth as it is difficult for the aged. Is there perhaps a way, a method for fasting the mind? To don't think, and to don't think is all there is to it. If I may be so forward, may I inquire if you ever fast your mind from contemplating making love with your wife? Throughout the day, I do need to quite oft fast my mind from such thoughts and the like when it comes to my wife. If I don't culture my mind to fast itself from thinking of a beautiful body and sensuous ways and words, I wouldn't be able to think any other thought. I wouldn't be able to read a single word or write, never mind a paragraph, but a lone sentence even. I wouldn't be able to comfortably reflect on anything, such as the alighting of a butterfly upon a flower, rain droplets on the tip of a leaf, or the moving of clouds up over the hills, or the sun with rising, entering, and filling the waiting valley. It would surely be very difficult to be fasting the stomach from food. Very difficult it is to be fasting the mind from wondrous thoughts and ideas, but by far and away, the most difficult fasting is that of not to be contemplating, making love play with my wife. All other forms of mind fasting are way easier in comparison. Well, and as for me, when I have such thoughts and the like running riot in my mind, I hold nothing back. Forthwith do I go to pin my ever-willing husband down on bed, sofa, ground, or floor, for he, me, he, to wildly make our world go round and around once more. How, if I may continue with my forwardness, how do you fast your mind then from thinking about your wife's body, thinking about making love with her? When I am aware of such thoughts and feelings arising in me, I try to busy myself with distraction, refocusing my attention on some other thoughts, or divert my gaze from, say, a book page to the trees or birds or even insects. Awaying my gaze seems to take care of it most of the time. More often than not, though, do I enjoy indulging my mind in such beautiful thoughts, rather than have it fast from them. Fasting is useful, but no fun. Fortunately, though, whether I am here or my wife is up along the hillside, we oft seem to simultaneously be of the same thought and passion, and with journeying to some same halfway, we do have our play in our own delightful way. But what about the times when such thoughts are consuming your mind and, say, preventing you from reading or more especially from writing? I stop what I'm doing and take time to pause to gaze on the sunlight on the trees or the moonlight on the river. And how about on rainy, overcast days and moonless nights? I try to stay with the reading or the writing until such thoughts eventually take flight and let me be. The only thing about that is they don't like to be staying away for too long, but soon return and are as if all freshly renewed and strengthened for having a while flown off. How, say you, should temptation be managed, the present one included? If you give in to a such and the like temptation, you will get rid of the temptation for sure, but by it you will be disappointed in that it won't turn out to be what you thought or imagined it would be. That also is for sure. Whereas if you go give into a need for some pleasurable delight with your husband, then you will be more than fully satisfied. I hope so, for honestly, to be letting go of this temptation sitting here right before me feels like painfully missing out on something absolutely amazing. No, go you to your husband. All your needs he will fully fulfill. All right, okay then, but before I go, may I ask you, what do you take to be at the heart of marriage? Trust. But what about love? Love, trust. Trust at home with itself is the love. That is beautiful. Oh, my mind truly, I know to be a wondrous place, its ideas and their ways immensely fascinating.